Test. Welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. I think this is episode 65, I believe. I'm one of your hosts, Reflex. I got my man AK. He's back. He's back in town, ladies and gentlemen. But he's working behind the scenes today. Got a special guest in the building though. This guy, man, he's phenomenal. His music has no genre. He's got incredible stage presence. His melodies are amazing. Listeners, watchers, please help me welcome Mannewellz, the Stuck in the Middle podcast. No stress, very blessed, dog.
What's good? Oh yeah, shout out to Foggy Raw. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Shop, you know what I'm saying?
Man, like this has been like long time coming. You sitting here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for being here.
Man, thank you for having me.
You were actually supposed to be here. You were actually supposed to be here last Wednesday.
Yeah.
But
I got stuck in DC.
You got stuck in DC doing some Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
You did something similar last year.
Yeah, I did something similar last year.
Did you top it this year?
Definitely.
What'd you do?
I was singing for people, man.
Like random cats?
Not random. Yeah, we didn't know 97% of the people we sang for or we went up to. The purpose really was to really make people feel special. Mm-hmm. And I hope we did that. What you
do last year?
Last year was really random. I was bored and I was like, we need to do something to make women who don't have Valentines special. Mm-hmm. We need to do something to make them feel special. And so what did I? Oh yeah, I got in the car with one of my bros. And we just bought a bunch of almost dead roses.
Why almost dead, fam?
Because it was last minute. Like all the good roses were gone. This is like 7 p.m.
I'm sure that they appreciate it.
Yeah. So, oh man, I'm gonna tell you.
Yes, sir.
There's one that didn't. She's so dark, but yeah, she's like a dark person. So we went around Laurel, the mall, just I walked into stores and like, yo, I mean, you're working on Valentine's Day. I see you don't have a Valentine. Just know that you're loved. Boom, boom. Took pictures. It was a special moment. This year, I wanted to challenge myself and do something that I've never done. So we went to the store, bought some candy, bought some bags, some small gift bags, and then we just handed it out to 94 people. 94. Yeah, I was trying to hit 100, but
here's the question though: females or both males?
Yo, I tried to give it to males.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Nah, it wasn't weird for me, bro. It was just candy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
Like, I didn't ask you to be my Valentine.
Yeah. I'm sure I saw that's a video on your IG, by the way. If cats are listening right now, they can go check it out. It's real dope. That's love, and that's what I'm saying. Like you an artist, you a singer, producer.
Artist. Just artist.
That's the thing about Manny, man. Like, by the way, Mannywellz. So, like, tell the cats, like, you know what I mean. Like like I said in the introduction, you hear they talk about your music and you as an artist. Like, why do you say genreless and why do you just say artist?
I say artist because I don't just sing. I don't just rap. I make a lot of weird noises and I chant. I sing rap, I rap sing, whatever you want to call it. So it's not just me like singing my heart out. Sometimes I talk. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have like just random ad-libs that are chants. So it's almost all over the place. And then I say genreless because like growing up I was exposed to a lot of genres, and I found myself just being super interested in like different sounds. Like I grew up on people like King Sunny Ade and like I was listening to Fela
Legends, and
then I would get in the car and listen to Aaliyah and 50 Cent. It's like two different worlds. So it's like, so when I started growing up and I decided to start creating and producing and all that, I just decided that I was never going to be placed in a box. So this is me at 15 years old saying like I wish someone was out there that didn't have a genre. Yeah. And back then I didn't really see too many people doing it. And even now it's like people say they're genreless, but you have a genre.
You can pin it.
Yeah, you can pin it. Like which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's only a few people that are really genreless. And if you listen to my music, it's like a blend of different cultures. It's like it's all over the place in a good way.
And you do it so well. I think it works also awesomely because you produce actually yourself.
Yeah.
So like, was music in your family, or like it's the kind of thing that you just picked up?
Yeah, no. Music was definitely in the family. Like to my knowledge, music started with like my grandfather. It might have started before, but my grandfather was the one that taught me about harmonies at like 5-6 years old. We would be singing. We would pray every night before going to sleep, and then I noticed that he wasn't singing the same thing I was. He wasn't singing like a treble note. He wasn't singing a root note. Yeah. And I was like, what is that?
Where you from, by the way? You said
Nigeria.
Nigeria boy in the building. Yoruba demon or Yoruba? I'm just kidding. What part of Nigeria?
I was born in Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a Lagos boy. So my grandfather just taught me, and after that I started I fell in love with harmonies, and then my dad's a musician, so like I moved to the States. I migrated to the States with my mom and sister to come meet him, to come live with him over here, and then gave me the mic at like 9-10 years old. Like I remember being fresh off the boat, and he had a show, and he just passed the joint, and I'm like, oh, it's like that. Yeah. And
young protege.
Yeah, facts. Like prior to that, we did a lot of like school talent shows. I was just really interested in the arts, anything like entertainment, and from like dancing back in the days. Like my mom said I used to go to parties and just be like the main focus and be break dancing.
I think that's why you have such like dope stage presence, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, and you got a show coming up for anybody. We're gonna talk about that. Who is in the DMV area has a chance, please come out, check this dude out, man.
Yeah, man. It's
like, it ain't no boring stuff. It ain't no stand and sing. Like, you put on a show.
Yeah. Like,
why do you think people resonate with your music? Because, like, you know what I'm saying, you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
And the base is definitely growing. People are liking the music. I, for one, have become a fan over the years.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think people are, like, you know what I'm saying, like, gravitating to your music?
I think one, because it sounds fresh to them. Not too many people are willing to jump into different genres and want to be the best at those genres. A lot of people, I think more people might be able to do what I do, but they just don't, maybe because of fear. So I think people gravitate towards that because it's like, okay, this kid is out here jumping into all these things. And I think they just like the rawness. They like they like the musicianship. It's just not, I don't even know, like, you know.
I also think you do it so dopely and easily because you produce.
Yeah.
Like, an artist might be saying, "Damn, I want to be quote unquote genreless," but you gotta go find beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
like,
exactly.
everything you will find would be like, oh, what I've heard. Like, when you get in the studio, what's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your creative process like, Manny?
I don't have like a strict process or step-to-step thing that I do. It's just really what I feel like doing. Sometimes it can start from a voice note, like Wrong Play. What song was it on the project? A lot of songs. Yayo. A bunch of songs are like voice notes. Hands Up. Just ideas.
Yeah.
Watermelon, most especially, was like me sitting in church, listening to the church announcements.
That is interesting.
Like,
that song is controversial.
Yeah, exactly. So I still have the voice note.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna release the making of that song soon too. So then, like, just I don't have like a special or a certain way to do things. I just go with however I feel. Like, if I'm trying to touch a different genre that I haven't touched yet, I go listen to like the greats in that field that do that thing.
Yeah,
you know, so,
definitely. Yeah. You are, I don't know if it's signed or partnered with House Recording Studio.
Yeah, I'm definitely partnered up.
Yeah. How that link up come about, and like what kind of machine are they to Mannewellz music and movement?
Their family. I linked up with them 4 years ago when I I won an artist grant that they did. They did this
Oh
program,
yeah, I remember that.
artist
I remember
grant.
when they
Yeah,
used to do
yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they did that for artists. I was, I made it to the top 6 out of a lot of artists, and
They don't do that no more.
nah, they don't do that no
Too
more.
bad for your heart. I'm just-
Oh man, I mean that I can't.
The house
I can't,
is dope, man.
I can't
That-
say much, but there's a lot of things that's gonna happen for artists, independent artists in general, that they will benefit from.
They operate out of the DMV primarily, or they everywhere.
Primarily the DMV, but now we're spreading. So we have a space in New York. Excuse me. We have a space in New York. We have some people who work out of New York and makes trips back and forth for like meetings and things like that. But yeah, like those are. So I met house folks 4 years ago. A lot of restructuring happened, and then a lot of growth happened too. And then because we were family and we just always stayed in touch and like shared ideas. I shared ideas with the person who founded it, Udu Gray, who's one of my partners. And yeah, man, we just stayed in touch, and he was like, yo, let's partner up.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, we're about to do this thing. And I was over here saying like, I don't want to do this with labels and da 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 da. And if I do end up doing it with a label, it just has to be right. And they were like, yeah, let's figure this out and make this happen. So we've been kind of like figuring things out, because what we're doing is really new for the music industry. A lot of times, cats just sign away everything, like, but I own all my music. This is like really a partnership where I bring something.
I own the rights to all my masters.
Yeah, facts.
Hey man, that's hard to pull off these days, man.
Yeah,
and everybody want to be independent. So how are you able to, like, you know what I mean? Like, and before we went live, we were just talking about it, like, sign independent. Like, what's the important? Why be independent? Why not, saying just put the name on the dotted line that come with a dollar sign, and have the machine behind you.
Ownership, creative control. When you're signed, for me, like, I can't fathom the thought of somebody telling me how, what, why, where, when to do something that I can't fathom it. So I think for me that's it. Just control and freedom, just being able to bring something to the table, and not bring something to the table that people will appreciate, and not doing it because this is what they told me to bring to the table. Because at the end of the day, it's not really me bringing it to the table. It's I'm doing what you're telling me to do. So it's like that's why I don't sign. A lot of people don't sign because it's the cool thing to do now.
Yeah, that's facts too.
which is dumb, because you're gonna miss out on a lot of like opportunities and just.
I think it's like where you are,
Yeah.
like depending on like the dynamics of like your
Exactly, and like I think more people should try to understand what it means to sign, what it means to be independent, before they just jump out and say they want to do this thing by themselves. Like, there's nobody that's really like independent. Like, everyone has help. So if we go by the definition of independence in the dictionary, nobody's independent.
Yeah.
But independence now in this new age should really just mean freedom and creative control and power. Like, power in the hands of the creative, not the people invest in blank amount of money to make you pop. So
I like how you break it down. That's interesting. Now I want to ask you this, man. 2 years ago, you posted, I think it was from your Snap, or I don't know, but you posted, and I follow you. You said you just quit your job and you about to go full time with your music career.
Yeah.
Talk through that process, man. That's major right there.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was going through your mind, yo?
A lot of different things, but it's probably the best and coolest thing I've ever done in my life. It was.
You ever regretted it?
Heck no. It's not easy, but I definitely don't regret it. Like, I create my own schedule. I'm in full control of my future with God and with Jesus Christ. But other than that, there's no reporting to a boss, right? There's nothing. So even that, there's nothing. I don't think there's nothing wrong reporting to a boss. But when you're reporting to a boss in a field that you completely don't want to be in, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
so like, that to me that was bad. So I wanted to put myself in a space where like I can create, live, breathe, and do this music thing, and just do anything creative that I wanted to do. If I wanted to wake up and be in New York the next morning, like
You can
I can do it, and I've done it so many times.
You don't gotta be like,
now.
can I get off Thursday? I gotta go to the show.
Right, and it's no bash to anybody that's in that situation too.
Would you advise any young artist right now to do it?
Depends on their situation. So I had a. That's when my partnership with House
Was kicking off.
Yeah, was kicking off. I didn't even really understand the partnership, but it was just an excuse for me to quit my job and make music. So right after that, I created SoulFro. Yeah.
And before we went on, you said that music is like a year old.
Man, it's pushing on 2 years now.
So Cass ain't even ready for what you got in the
Nah,
bag.
I don't think anyone's ready.
You gonna premiere some of the show? When is the show, by the way?
The show is March 5th.
And is the release party for SoulFro?
Yeah, pretty much. So we're probably not gonna do any
new stuff.
Cass
can get tickets on
tickets online. Should we even have physicals to make things easy for people? So like
for the old heads.
Yeah, old heads. Sure, even young people that like I know people that have never been to a concert, so they don't even know about Ticketfly or Ticketmaster. So like I'm making it easy for you. You can cash at me. Like I'm not too big to pull up with my ticket for the show. I just want people to come, not just for sales, but for the experience, because we've been working really hard with my band to present to people something special, to like to separate ourselves from, just
because you used to.
You know what I'm saying? Like we want to put together a good show, and we're young, and it's gonna be live, and it's gonna be hip. We're not gonna be out here doing any lullabies. It's gonna be a good show. So, that's why I'm trying to get everyone.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be in the building. But like here, Stuck in the Middle podcast, right? We like to highlight. This is a platform for cats like you. Who are doing what they love and excelling in it, and definitely always want to highlight like a moment in time, and like this whole journey, you quitting a job or whatever, and like starting the music thing where you were like, yo fam, I don't think I'm gonna, like, this is hard. And how did you overcome that? I'm sure maybe the days are ahead, or maybe you haven't encountered that at all, but has there ever been a time where you're like, yo, like this joint ain't where I wanted to be? And how did you overcome that?
You think about that every day. Like I study and I analyze my rollout to like different plans that we put together, and I try to critique whether we hit certain marks or not. So that thought is definitely a constant thing, but what keeps me pushing is a lot of different things. So one being God, just being rooted in the word, and trying to stay around positive people and having positive influence around me. So like when I'm having my worst days, they're not having bad days with me. They're the ones trying to like pull me up, and just knowing that there's power in my art. I think that's one of the things that also keeps me pushing, because I listen to a lot of music. Like I listen to a lot of other people's music. I find new artists every day, new dope artists, but I don't find too many people like my stuff. So the fact that exists keeps me pushing. It's like, all right, this is still fresh to a lot of people, and this is gonna continue to be fresh to a lot of people. So I have to get this out there with the team. We got to figure out ways to get this out there, whether it's hitting the streets, footwork. I'm never too big to do any of those things, but it's hard. It's hard mentally to place yourself in that space, because you're like, I've done this, but I don't want to do this, and because I look like this. But I have to. I have to like overcome that battle and come down and be like, all right, for this show, I'll drive to Townsend to give one person one ticket. So
that's hustle.
Hustle
and motivate. I got a show today. That's all I'm trying to do. It's like that. That's what Nipsey Hussle is my man. But definitely want to come back to that, because I'm saying, I've spoken to you in the past, and like one thing that you said, not personally to me, but I've seen you tweet, is you want to produce what's her name, Tori Kelly's Grammy-winning song or album. I want to come back to that, but I want to go back to you being, like a Nigerian and immigrant here, and one thing that people who follow your music, even you on social media will see is that you are a dreamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how, what I'm saying, like the climate right now, and you're not afraid to talk about it.
No, definitely not.
The climate right now, what I'm saying, how is that impacting, where you are as an artist, as a creator right now, as a person who's trying to, live and survive in this industry?
It definitely has a huge impact on my life because of the boundaries that have been set by the laws. So on tour we couldn't go to Canada. And that's definitely motivating for me because I had a lot of fans tweet me, message me on IG, Facebook, like, dang, like you're not coming to Canada, But I like it because it keeps me pushing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I decided to come out and tell people this is my situation because no one was doing it. Like there are a lot of dreamers.
I didn't know. I certainly didn't know.
People didn't know. Like no one is doing it, and it's almost like how like God was like, who's gonna come down and do this for my people? And Jesus, you hear that small still voice, and Jesus is like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to impact kids. I wanted kids that are also dreamers to be motivated and to chase their dreams and not care about any boundaries, because not being able to travel will never stop me from creating art. It will never stop me from doing this music thing. Like that law can't, like no law in this world created by man can ever stop me. And I want people, I want kids and dreamers everywhere to have that same mindset that one, together we can conquer anything. Now this is a whole different community, and I want everyone in that small community to help each other, and don't be selfish too. Like don't just help dreamers, help people.
Yeah.
So like let's be a light, and let that light be so bright that people from outside see it, and want to be a part of it, want to help, and just want to be around because we're so like positive and clean and pure, and like we're just this thing that's glowing. And that was the whole reason why I wanted to like tell people I'm a dreamer, but this isn't stopping me. Like I'm still about to do my show, I'm still pushing my songs, I'm still driving around doing this and that, like I'm still traveling and I'm still doing this. So like don't ever feel like the world is over, Yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah.
What's the American dream to you?
You
might have just explained it right there, but you got a song called American Dream, but like what's because we are immigrants, so we come here searching for quote unquote greener pastures or what have you. What is that to you?
I mean, right now I don't even know what the American Dream is anymore. So like if you listen to that song American Dream, it's like he laid this foundation and you have a nice home and a nice car. Don't you worry, we're gonna have a better life. Like even in Nigeria we didn't have a bad life. Like we were like upper middle class, man, family with our dad in America, so he was sending money back, and we were chilling, but we're having a better life. And I'm like, okay, I mean, hey man, it's a better life than this, sure, I'll take it. And then after being denied so many times, I was like, denied visas, I was like, I don't even want to come to this country. Like, and that's why in the song I was like, if it's my own way, I'll tell her no way. I was just a youngin', but what could I say? But if it's God's way, I'll go anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I said those things in the song, because it's like at first, oh yeah, we're gonna go to America, and they tell us no. So when they told us yes, I was like,
I don't even want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep your country. Exactly. I got Wakanda.
So Wakanda forever. So coming to the States, you had this big picture that America was like almost a perfect place, land of opportunities, which it is. Like it's not perfect, but it's definitely a land where there's a lot of opportunities and people to do various things. But nobody told me about racism. Nobody told me about oppression. Nobody told me about the violence that we would face here because of your skin color. Nobody told me about me being undocumented and me not being able to drive to like 19, 20 years, 20 years old. Like nobody told me those things. So I'm like, what the hell is the American dream? So I mean, that's why I wrote that song. And that song is really on. It's not finished. Like that's why the second verse is really just a bunch of scats and like mumbles. And I was like, oh, let me hear that back, and
Yeah,
we'll just put it out. Yeah, we'll keep that, and then we'll come back and finish the song.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get to see the finish someday.
Yeah,
man.
we're definitely gonna finish that song.
Man, like, of course, people know, you linked up with Jidenna, toured with him. Don't want to focus too much on how that linked up came about, but like you personally, man, is experiencing like everything that went through in that tour. Like, biggest takeaway from that tour, because y'all hit a bunch of cities. I went like 24 cities.
Yeah, the tour was supposed to be 25. We only did 24 because we couldn't go to Canada.
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway from tour would be rest.
That's so surprising. I didn't even expect that.
Rest. I mean, because when you hear tour, you're like, everyone becomes ignorant to the fact that without your body, there's no tour. If you don't rest, if you lose your voice, if you break your leg, there's no tour. So like,
you go home.
Yeah, you go home, or you go home.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that was the biggest thing for me.
And no tour, no new fans, no
new fans. Yeah, no tour. Like, if you mess your body, like, so many things that come with you just being stupid. Like, don't party, don't drink too much, don't invite girls over. Like, on tour, I created a rule that no women but family in the homes. No, I don't care how bad they were. Like, it could be bad drinks.
And you know they be coming out.
Woo,
they be coming out
every city.
Yeah,
you know, like, and I even heard Canada had the best looking drinks. So how
I
much
can
prettier
vouch
can
for
you
that.
get? You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
personally vouch for that.
Exactly. See, so like, but we had that rule, and it was like the best, and I want to keep that forever. Like, no randoms at the homes.
I like that.
Hotels. Like, I want to keep that a thing when I do my own headline tour. Like, because we have to stay focused. We're there to work. You're not there to like smash a bunch of. Bro, do that off my tour, man. Like, get off. Even like, if you want to just do that off the tour.
Yeah,
you
go.
know?
Yeah. Biggest mistake you did on tour. This is your first major.
Yeah, that was definitely my first official major tour.
So what? It's like, there's gonna be others.
Yeah,
it's only up from here, from
exactly.
Man. So biggest mistake that you do is like, I ain't doing that no more. Or even if like in the performance aspect or personally or whatever, it's like, dang, like, next tour we ain't doing that. It was so sweet, I guess.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was so sweet. Oh, I know what so being the first tour, we 2 people from the team did all the driving. We didn't rent like a tour bus. We got a minivan because we had the option to get a tour bus and sleep on the tour bus, or get a nice little 15 passenger.
Jidenna was paying for it?
Nah, this is from us. Like, you definitely need like funding to tour. That's another gem that people can like. Touring isn't cheap or sweet.
Nah,
you need some. But so we did all the driving, and next tour, nobody on the team is driving. We are going to hire a driver, and even if we get like an official tour bus, nobody's driving. That I wouldn't say it was a mistake. It was just our way of saving money, because touring isn't cheap. So
no, that's facts.
Yeah.
Funniest moment on tour?
Bruh, I don't even know if this is off. We had a lot of funny moments, but I definitely have a weird moment. First night, this lady, as soon as we perform, so every show, like, we perform and we just went in the crowd and like just hung out with fans and potential fans and things like that. We went to the back by the merch. Somebody on the team hands out a sticker to this lady, and she's like, "Oh, thank you," and she just threw it in her mouth, like chewed up the sticker, and I was like, "My man was going like, like, yo, she was a little drunk, not a little, she was drunk, but still, I don't think anyone could be so drunk that you just throw paper in your mouth and want to eat, That was definitely the weirdest moment on tour. Like, we couldn't even laugh. Like,
it's just like, yo, like, just
like,
we were like, what's going on? What's going?
Yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, that was really weird, man.
Dang, that's funny as a mug, yo. So, show is your show is on March
5th.
March 5th.
Yeah.
Where?
Union Stage at the Wharf.
Union Stage. You're not premiering no new music. I'm personally bummed out about that, man.
Nah,
but you got OC tracks anyway, so cats, they gonna be entertained. Are you not entertained? So I'm just kidding.
Trust me, it's gonna be a good show. Like the way we the live instrumentations and arrangements we came up with.
What's your set gonna look like? Not like musically, but I'm talking like the set. You building a set? Because that's one thing that as a fan I look forward to. Like, yo, what kind of set are people building? You just gonna have a band or?
You're definitely gonna have a band. The stage isn't big enough to
put some flowers or.
Yeah, and I like space on stage. Like, I hate feeling crowded just to look cute. Like, like people do a lot of things for the camera and just to be, oh, he had a this on the stage. No, like. But because of that, he didn't give a good performance.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna have instruments. We're gonna have some percussions on stage because I'm gonna be doing a lot of like percussive things on the stage. We're going to have a drummer, guitar, key. Like, we're gonna have a full band.
Yeah.
But it's still like small. It's small and
intimate.
But it sounds big. You'll see. It's like it's a 3-piece band, but we sound like 10 people on the stage.
I got faith. I know it. I gotta ask you this though, as we close, because you're Nigerian. Where do you see the Afrobeats scene right now?
Where do I see it? I pray.
You've been critical about it.
Yeah. I pray. I kind of like the way things are going. I think Nigerian artists or African artists should be respected more. It's a lot to dive in. So, like, the way we do shows here, the way we're booked to do shows.
That's a big one.
Yeah, like, it's trash.
Yeah. Sonically though, like, you enjoying it?
Sounds like the same to me, man. It's just, I mean, I'm not. It's good. It's good though. Like,
yeah.
Shoot, you could dance to it a lot. 85% of the songs sound the same, which I can't say if it's a bad or good thing, but that's just me being honest. But I listen to it at parties and I listen to it at functions and. Yeah,
that's Manny's take.
Yeah, man, I'm not a hater of it. I'm not. I definitely love it. I definitely.
No, I think your criticism is coming from a real place as a fan, as a person, as a creator as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's not like you hating. Like,
I definitely want more, and I want people to.
You want it to be better. You Nigel know the kind of life like
exactly. Facts, my man is here. So
yeah, man. But definitely want to appreciate you coming through, man. Speak with us, man.
Having me, man. This has been awesome. I like this. Awesome.
How can cats reach you, man? People listening right now just finding out about Manny.
Mannywellz, MANNYWELLZ. That's everywhere. Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that good stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, man. Like I said, bro, appreciate you coming. Wish you the best on DACA and everything. Hopefully,
thank you, man.
Our person in chief doesn't mess everything up. Uncle Donatus.
Donatus. I'm gonna start using that.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna trademark that now.
That man is interesting, man.
Yeah, man. That's to say the least.
That's a whole nother interview.
Come back some other time, man, and update us, man. We'd love to have you back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I enjoy myself. I like this.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Hey, you've been listening to Stuck in the Middle podcast. As always, man, this episode is brought to you in partnership with Perfect Office Solutions. Let them know we sent you. Use SITM podcast, and you get 10% off your monthly lease if you are an entrepreneur in the DMV area looking for office space. And hit us up on the web, man. All social media platforms, SITM Podcast. And we'd love to read your emails. We always love to read your emails. SITM Podcast 237@gmail.com. Next week or Sunday, my partner AK will be joining me back. I hope. I miss him. We'll be sitting with
Uh-huh.
Savannah Sawyer, I think. She's the writer of For Girls Growing Into Their Hips. I've read this book, ladies. Y'all want to tune in.
Oh,
The title sounds lit because the
yeah.
book is lit. For Girls Growing Into Their Hips. She's awesome. She's from Baltimore. She's gonna talk to us about the book and everything that she got going. Hope you tune in. We've been talking with Mannywellz and Stuck in the Middle podcast, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
For
sir.
having me, bro.